Lesson 6-2, Estimating Sums and Differences. And in this lesson, you learn to estimate sums and differences of fractions and mixed numbers. When are you ever going to use this? You'll estimate sums and differences when planning what songs to record on a DVD or a CD, okay, cassette tape. That's awful. Okay, Maxine is making a CD of some of her favorite songs from her favorite CD collection, so that she can listen to them while she jogs. Okay, who jogs with a cassette tape anymore? She has already recorded about 49 and 3/4 minutes of music on her 60-minute CD. Okay, let me change this. CD. There you go. Okay, CD. Okay, let's do that again. Maxine is making a CD of some of her favorite songs from her CD collection, so that she can listen to them while she jogs. Well, think about it. Okay, nobody jogs with a CD anymore. It's all iPads, iPods, and iPhones. Anyway, she has already recorded about 49 and 3/4 minutes of music on her 60-minute CD. The songs she wants to record are about 3 and 1/4 minutes, 4 and 1/6 minutes, and 3 and 1/3 minutes long. Is there enough tape left to record all three songs? Okay, so we will solve this example in example number 3. Okay, believe it or not. So a good way to estimate sum or difference of fractions is to round each fraction to the nearest half and then to add or subtract. Again, when you say round to the nearest half, it means that you need to either round to 0, 1/2, or 1. Those are the three numbers that you can round it to when it says rounded to the nearest half. So let's take a look at 9 over 16 minus 1 over 8. Okay, we go back to the last lesson and we round 9 over 16. Okay, how do you know where to round 9 over 16? We create our number line. Okay, and with our number line, we put the numbers, the three numbers there to round it to 0, 1/2, and 1. Okay. Okay, my tablet died. Okay. 0, 1/2, and 1. There, it's alive again. Let me undo that thing. There. 0, 1/2, and 1. Okay, and since that's 9 over 16, okay, we can uh, find equivalent fractions of 0 using the denominator of 16. So that would be 0 over 16. And that would be 8 over 16, which is a half of 16, and 16 over 16. And if you look at 9 over 16, 9 over 16 is closer to 8 over 16. So this is 9 over 16. Since it's closer to 1/2, 9 over 16 rounds to 1 right here. Okay? And let's round negative 1 over 8. Okay? So, sorry, not negative 1 over 8, just 1 over 8. If we want to round 1 over 8, we want to find equivalent fractions, okay, using the denominator 8. So that would be 0 over 8, okay, and this would be 4 over 8, and this would be 8 over 8. And if you notice, 1 over 8 is right around this area, which is closer to 0 than it is to 1/2. So 1/8 rounds to 0, okay, and we simply have to do 1/2 minus 0 is equal to 1/2. So 9 over 16 minus 1/8 is about 1/2. Okay, it seems like a lot of work, but soon enough, you'll able to see this in your head, and that's the reason why you can round more easily. Okay, but right now we're writing it down just as a guide for you to see. Okay, so going to 5, 6 plus 7 over 12. Okay, we go back to our same number line. Okay, this if we do a number line right over here, okay, and we do 0, 1/2, and 1 again, 0, 1/2, and 1, okay, and we use the denominator 6 and find an equivalent fraction of 0 with the denominator of 6. So that will be 0 over 6. 1/2 will be 3 over 6. And this will be 6 over 6. And if you notice, 5 over 6 will be right around here, just close to 1. Therefore, 5 over 6 rounds to 1. Okay? And if we do 7 over 12, so that would mean this will be 0 over 12. And this will be 6 over 12, 1/2 of it, and 12 over 12 as 1. And you notice that 7 over 12 is right around here. Therefore, 7 over 12 is closer to 1/2 than it is to 1. So, 7 over 12 rounds to 1/2. Okay? And we simply do 1 plus 1/2 will give us 1 and 1/2. Okay? Let's take a look at the next example. Example number 2. Not 4, 2. To estimate sums and differences of mixed numbers, that's still 3. Oh, we are on example 3. I'm sorry. To estimate sums and differences of mixed numbers, round each number to the nearest whole number. Okay, let's refer to the beginning of the lesson. Okay, going back to the old CD cassette. Really? Okay. Well, for math's sake, let's do the problem. Okay, so we know how long the tape is, how much has been used, and the length of each of the 3 songs. Maxine wants to record. So what we want to do is we want to subtract to estimate the amount of time left on the tape, then compare it to an estimate of the total length of the 3 songs. Okay, and let's do that right now. You have 49 and 3/4 rounds to 50 because 3/4 rounds to 1, and 49 plus 1 equals 50. So we subtract 50 from 60. So we have around 10 minutes left on our CD. Okay? And then we round each song. Okay? 4 and 1/6 rounds to 4. 3 and 1/4 rounds to 4 because that rounds to 1. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. 1/6 rounds to 0, so 4 plus 0 rounds to 4. And 3 and 1/3 rounds to 3 because 1 is closer to 1/3 is closer to 3 than it is to 1/2. 3 and 1/2 or 4. Okay, and we simply add those 3 numbers. 4 plus 4 plus 3 will give us 11. And since there are only 10 minutes left on the tape, okay, that means the time needed is greater than the time left on the tape, so Maxine cannot record all 3 songs. Okay, and we check it by adding the total time for the 3 songs to the time already used. And going to the last example, sometimes when estimating sums and differences of fractions and mixed numbers, you need to round all fractions up. Okay? So when you are adding and subtracting mixed numbers, you need to round all fractions up to the nearest whole number, meaning when you say nearest whole number, it's either a 0 or a 1. Okay? Let's take a look at this then. Leon is making a wallet in the craft class. He plans to trim the wallet with different color of leather. The wallet is 6 3/4 inches and 3 1/2 inches wide. But how much leather trim does he need? So, Leon wants to make sure he buys enough leather, so he rounds up. Okay? Since he wants to trim the entire wallet, he needs to estimate the perimeter of the wallet. Okay? Which means adding, and we learned about perimeter, is a formula for rectangle is twice the length plus twice the width. Okay? So 6 3/4 rounds to 7, 3 1/2 rounds to 4. And we estimate the perimeter by adding up all the sides or using the formula. Remember the formula for perimeter. It's 2 times L plus 2 times W will give you your perimeter. Okay? And if you do that same formula for what we have, we end up with 22 inches. Okay? So Leon needs about 22 inches of leather trim. And that's it for estimation. That's it for our lesson. Thank you for watching. And by the way, the secret word is banana. Please write that in your summary.